are the Powerbeats Pro 2. So these headphones are meant for the professionals, for the athletes. But if they are really good and they are really excellent headphones, can they also be good for everyday use? I have been using them for over a month now. So I really put them to the test. I use them for listening to music, listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, YouTube videos, you name it. And also everywhere. I use them here at home, in the street commuting, walking, working out at the gym, everywhere, and also not to forget New York subway, and we'll find out how good they are. Spoiler alert, not so good. By the way, my name is Ahmed. I'm a neurology doctor here in Brooklyn, New York. On my free time, I like to talk tech, dive into the rabbit hole. So if you are new around here, subscribe down below and let's get into it. So we're gonna break this video into 5 main sections. We're gonna talk about the build quality and the design. We're gonna talk about the battery life. We're gonna talk about the comfort and connectivity. We're gonna talk about the audio quality and active noise cancellation. And in the end, we're gonna have our final thoughts to see if these headphones really worth the price or not. Conveniently, you can see the AirPods Pro 2 also here sitting on the frame. So we're gonna be refreshing the AirPods Pro throughout this video just as a comparison because they are at the same price, $250. So starting with the build quality and the design. Before even talking about the headphones, which is the earpods themselves, we have to talk about this case. We have to address this case. This case is huge, it's almost ridiculous. When you compare the case with prior generation of the same headphones, it's smaller, it's better. But when you compare it to the AirPods Pro, you can see the difference. Yes, I understand that the form factor for the earpods themselves kind of makes it more difficult to build a smaller case. But come on, Apple, I think this case could probably be smaller. Somehow, I think this case somehow should be smaller. Looking at the earpods themselves, they are identical, of course, the left and the right one. You can see here on the front they have the Beats logo, which is also a button. And on the side they have the hook and the volume rocker. At the top here there is a small marker that helps you to know which one is right and which one is left. And on the top they have 3 microphones. At the back you can see these 2 metal looking circles which help them connect to the case. And also there is a sensor, and of course they have the rubbery tip here at the end. The earpods themselves are lightweight, I would say, and they are well designed for their intended purpose, which is basically to stay in your ears without falling out. But look at me really, I don't know about you, how do you feel about them, but you kind of I feel like I kind of look ridiculous on them. I don't know if it is about the color I chose, the purple one, or it's just, I wouldn't really want to use them for a formal meeting or an interview or anything like that. I don't think they look professional enough for that. These headphones, they come in 4 different colors. Purple is the one I got, and they have the orange, black, and a kind of a beige grayish color as well. I personally went with the purple one because it just maybe looks cool on camera when I make the videos. But I think the black one is good, and also the beige one also looks good. These headphones are lightweight. They're kind of made of plastic. I would say they are durable, but they are only water and dust resistant. So they are not really waterproof despite them being Pro. So you cannot really are you probably fine with sweat? Apple say that if you sweat on them, you should dry them. Of course, you cannot submerge them in water. You cannot use them if it is raining, etc. They are only water resistant, not waterproof. The charging case is not even waterproof or water resistant. So you shouldn't get it wet at all. I'm gonna talk later about the hook and also the rubber tip when I talk about comfort. But the only thing I would like to change about the design is the marker that say left and right. I think it could be a little better. I think they make it subtle just to not ruin the design. But multiple times I would try to see which one is right and which one is left, and it's just not very convenient. So I would like it to be a little more visible or maybe like put it here at the top or whatever. I'm not sure, but it's just not very easy to find. That comparing it to the AirPods Pro, I feel like it's just easier to sort out which one is right and which one is left because it is here at the bottom. So it's easier to see which one is right and which one is left. So the angle that you gonna put it on makes a difference. With this one, kind of like expect it to be here, but it's at the top here, so it's I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to it, but it's not very visible. Also comparing the size between the two, it's kind of the same between the Powerbeats Pro 2 and the AirPods Pro 2, but it's just the hook that makes this one a little bigger, and the stem is definitely bigger on the Powerbeats compared to the AirPods Pro. Let's talk about battery and charging. These headphones support USB-C charging and also wireless charging as well, so they are equivalent to the new AirPods Pro 2. There is no magnets on the case for wireless charging, but they do have magnets so they can snap when you put them back in the case, so you are really sure that they are actually charging. Once you snap them in the case with the magnets, they are not going anywhere. Even if you flip them upside down, they are not going anywhere. They also have a small light on the front here to indicate the charging status. In my experience, the Powerbeats Pro have really decent battery. Apple stated that the earpods themselves, they have 10 hours of battery. Of course, like active noise cancellation, heart rate monitoring could drain the battery faster. In my experience, I didn't have any issues with the battery because I usually don't use them for many hours straight. So I would use them for a couple of hours max and then put them back in the case, they charge, and then I use them again. And the case can charge them for 3.5 times to 100%. So total time, including the case, that you can use the headphones is 45 hours. And even if you drain them, you can put them back in the case for 5 minutes and they give you 90 minutes, like 1.5 hours of use. So let's say like you forget to charge them, but the case is charged, so you can just put them in the case, 5 minutes, 90 minutes of use. I mean, that's great. I remember I was talking to my family over the phone and the battery started to die. I was talking to my family for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours. And what I did, I have the case with me, so I would like take the right one, for example, put it on the case, let charge for like 5 minutes, and at the same time use the left one while I'm talking to my family. And then I would swap them, so within 10 minutes, I had like 1+ hour of battery juice I can use to continue talking, and also that of course give you break for your ears to like for comfort. Like if you used it for like many hours, you probably need to stop to charge it because you need rest. Like you shouldn't be using it for like 10 hours straight anyway. So I'm happy overall with my experience with the battery. The other thing that helps with preserving the battery is that they have a sensor, so they know when you put them in your ears, so they start playing. You can trick them by putting your finger on front of the sensor, but let's say if you have a pen, for example, and you put it in front of them, that will not work. Surprising, or maybe not surprising, because it's Apple, they don't give you any power adapter, they don't give you any charging cable in the box, so you have to get your own. I'm gonna stop talking about battery because I don't feel like battery is the thing that's gonna limit you from buying this one. Actually, I think if you just need headphones with a good battery, they are excellent options. But of course, there are other things to consider. So that's what I'm gonna talk about moving forward. Moving on to connectivity and comfort. As you know, all these headphones usually connect through Bluetooth, and these ones are not really an exception. They are powered by the H2 chip, which is the same chip as in the AirPods Pro. That makes them integrate really well with all Apple devices. So once you connect them to any of your Apple devices, for example your iPhone for example, with your iCloud, they connect with all other Apple devices you own, like your iPad, your MacBook, etc. So the connection is really good, stable, reliable, and you can even use Find My app to find the headphones if you lost them. So let's say if you lost the earpods themselves, you can play a sound and try to find them. For some reason, they don't have the precision tracking that you can use with the AirPods Pro. You still are able to see the last location of the earpods, but you cannot use precision tracking. So if you lost them, you're gonna rely on the sound to kind of find them. And also the other thing is that the case doesn't have this function at all. So if you lost the case, good luck finding it. And also there's no speakers on the case, so you cannot even play a sound to find the case. If you lost the case, good luck finding it. Maybe Apple thinking like, don't worry about it. The case is just too big even to lose it, so don't bother even putting like speakers on a precision tracking or Find My app. Forget about it. You don't want to lose it. Just don't worry about it. And yes, you can use them with Android devices, and also there's an app you can download on Android. Alright, we're going into the important stuff now. Comfort. If you don't know, I've never been that guy who's like, oh, I forgot that I was wearing headphones. No. Usually, like, if I'm wearing headphones, I'm usually very conscious about them. These ones, I would say overall they are comfortable. Initially when I got them, they weren't very comfortable. I was like, maybe I should try changing the rubbery tip here. So I did that, and surprisingly, actually, I went with the smaller one. By default, it comes with the medium one, and then they give you other 4 options. So a total of 5 options, going from XL all the way to X small. So you have XL, L, M, S, XS. I went with the S one, the small one, which is comfortable for my ears. There is what Apple's call ear tip fit test, which you can use, but when I used it, they basically said all 4, like from the small up to the XL, they said, oh, they are a good fit, they are a good fit, they are a good fit. So I don't know how accurate or reliable is this. So I'll probably just go with comfort. If it feels comfortable, I think that is the most important thing. As I mentioned in the intro, I use these headphones for everything. Walking, working out, listening to music, podcasts, audiobooks, you name it. And even I use it for editing videos. So I edited my last video, the HomePod Mini, on these headphones. In my experience, they are comfortable as I mentioned, but after a while, like maybe like 2 hours, they start burning. And also the rubbery tip here, it is not very flexible. It is a little like into the harder side. So it does start putting some pressure on the back of my ears. So the back of my ears start hurting. One thing I don't like about the hook is that the fact that it makes it more difficult to put them on. Yes, it doesn't come off easily. Like these things are not, there is no way, unless someone like literally grab them from you, they are not going anywhere. Even if I change my clothes, even if I like shake my hand, work out, run, absolutely they are not going anywhere. But putting these headphones on usually be like 2 hands job. I would try putting them on with 1 hand, but that usually take longer. I saw some people on videos makes it look so easy. I don't know how, honestly. And I usually just use 2 hands to put them on, which is kind of fine, but I don't like to talk to someone while I have my headphones on. So I usually try to take them off. So I take them off, which is easier, but then I have to put them on again. And I'm usually so annoyed. It's like, why I have to deal with this? With the AirPods Pro, I usually very easy. I can just put them on. Easy job. And if I want to take them off, I just take them off, put them on again. It's literally 1 second. But these ones, let's see how long it's gonna take me. Let's see. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now and see how long it takes me to get them out of the case and put them on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Okay. So this is one. The other one. All right. and then I'm gonna take them off. Easy, right? And then I want to put them on back again. You see how long it takes? Okay. Alright, put them back again. It's not a big deal, but it's something to think about. Like honestly, like if AirPods stay in your ears, why would you bother with getting these ones? Something to think about. Of course, we cannot talk about comfort without talking about the controls. They have two buttons on each earpods. Actually three, I would say, technically. There is the button on the front, which is like exactly on the Beats logo here, which use it for to play or pause music, and also if you hold it, you can activate Siri. And also they have the volume rocker, which is the physical button here, which you can increase the volume up or down. And conveniently, the buttons are identical on both earpods, so you can use the left side, you can use the right side, whatever hands is free, you can use it to control, which is really good, and I like that. One thing that I don't like is the fact that the pause play button, you kind of pushing the earpods inside your ear, which can put some pressure and makes it uncomfortable. It's not like painful or anything, but it's just a little uncomfortable. It's the same design as the older ones, so I guess people are fine with it. But to me, I think it could be better. The other thing that bothered me about this button is that sometimes this is probably like exactly the opposite of the thing you are supposed to do with this headphone. But if I'm laying down on my side, I could also put pressure on this button, pause button, so whatever I'm playing gonna pause. You are supposed to work out on these headphones, right? You are not supposed to sleep with them. Speaking of sleep, I like the fact that they stay in your ears even if you sleep. But of course, if you lay on them, it's gonna pause or like play. Beats, if you are listening, just move it anywhere else. Like it literally can be anywhere else. I don't know if I mentioned this, but heart rate monitoring is a new feature, like one of the hottest feature actually in these like headphones. Is the thing that made the hype about these headphones, because it's a new feature actually. Usually heart rate monitoring is monitored by usually watches, like the Apple Watch for example. It has heart rate sensor and able to detect your heart rate. But this is the first time actually, I don't know if it's like the first time ever, but like at least like in popular products, this is the first time we see heart rate monitoring in an earpods or any headphones really. It has an optical sensor, so there's a green light that blinks to measure the heart rate. It measures it from the ear loop. Actually, even in the hospitals, we do use that measure. Sometimes we usually default to measure the heart rate on the fingers, but like for patients, like certain type of patients, we actually use the ear loop. So the ear loop is actually one of the areas that we measure the heart rate even in the hospital. So this kind of like work the same way. It has like a sensor. Like if you notice the green light, it trying to measure the heart rate. If you have an Apple Watch, your device is gonna default to the Apple Watch anyway, even if you use the Powerbeats. So it will not be helpful for you. If you don't have an Apple Watch, if you want heart rate monitoring, I don't know why would you, but hey, it works. This might be a hot take actually, especially coming from a doctor like me. I don't know why heart rate monitoring is useful, especially like for a device like this. It's not monitored for a health reason, it's just monitored maybe for exercise, like if you're doing cardio, maybe gonna be fun and make the workout more fun. But I don't think it is that useful, honestly. Maybe in the future it's gonna be more helpful if it is able to accurately detect, for example, like irregular heart rhythm, or if it can detect like dangerous heart rhythm and is able to suggest for you to call 911. Maybe this is like far in the future, like 5-10 years from now, when heart sensor actually became useful. Maybe that's gonna be one of the useful features in the future. But at the moment, I think it's just like a kind of like a marketing gimmick and maybe fun to use it during workout. Now we get to talk about the most important thing about these headphones, which is the sound quality and the active noise cancellation. To be honest, and I'm really disappointed and I was really excited about this, but the sound quality is not really good. Wow. Who would have thought the sound quality will not be great for a $250 professional headphones? Like, come on, Apple. Like, I can't believe it. I don't know how to describe it other than like it feels like a radio quality. When I compare them directly with the AirPods Pro, which is literally the same price, same chip, everything, the AirPods Pro sounds so much better. I'm not even an audiophile, like I'm an average consumer, and the fact that I'm able to pick up on these differences is really like shocking to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's difficult for me to describe. I would say the mid frequency are kind of fine. They are not like amazing, but they are fine. The high sounds like a little clip, almost like when you crank like the video sounds so high that you are not really hearing the high frequencies. And also like the bass sounds like a little muddy. It sounds like as if you like maybe like listening through a wall, like a thin wall. I don't know how Apple like approved these headphones. Like I literally cannot believe it. It is kind of crazy. And it's not just me. Like when I looked online, I know a lot of reviewers, they said like, oh, it sounds good, it sounds better than earpods. I was like, what? But when you go, for example, on Reddit, there's a lot of people saying like, oh, I returned my headphones because it just sounds bad. I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. Or I was thinking, oh, is this like defective? Maybe the specific one I got is defective. But seems like other people are also like complaining of the same thing. So I guess like, yeah, I don't know what to say. And actually that convinced me like actually the AirPods are really good. Anyway, given that the fact they have the H2 chip, like kind of they are Apple products, they have the other features you usually expect from Apple headphones, like adaptive EQ, they support that, they support spatial audio, they support lossless audio only if they are paired with the Vision Pro. Don't ask me why, you can ask Apple. I know this is like can be jargon for you guys. It's not very important. I don't think like explaining this in more detail gonna be useful or within the scope of this video. But I explain all of them, all of this stuff in my AirPod Max review. So you can reference that. I'm gonna link that up here. Maybe up here? Is it here or here? I don't know. The other thing, of course, they added actually with the Powerbeats 2, it wasn't in the first generation, is active noise cancellation. Unfortunately, the active noise cancellation is not good. The active noise cancellation is not good. For me, the way I think about good active noise cancellation is that it works for its intended function. What is the function of the active noise cancellation? Basically, to help me listen to whatever I'm listening to clearly. So with this one, with the Powerbeats Pro, in general, I like to listen to audiobooks while I'm commuting or like when I'm like going to the city, like on the subway, etc. With these ones, when I am on like the subway, like waiting for the train, when the train comes, I don't really hear what I'm listening to. Even if I crank the volume all the way, like 100%, and active noise cancellation is on, I cannot really hear the audiobook. That means the active noise cancellation is not doing its function, right? And I know some of you guys will be like, oh, it's just when the trains come, so other times you are able to listen. I would say yes, but if you live in New York, you know that like every 3 minutes there's a train coming, or every 2 minutes even. So if I'm in a subway, like I'm waiting for the train for like 20 minutes, like I barely able to hear what I'm listening to. When I got on the train, I'm able to hear what I'm listening to. I just have to concentrate a little more. If someone like, you know, playing something on the train, then good luck. I haven't traveled with this yet, but I would expect on an airplane is probably not gonna be great. At least for me. Active noise cancellation is all about function. I don't care if I am able to hear the surroundings. I only care about like, hey, cancel the noise. I wanna listen to like the thing I am listening to. If I can't, you failed. You failed the test. You failed the test. The AirPods, everywhere, literally everywhere. If I'm listening to an audiobook, I'm able to hear everywhere. There is construction. I'm on the subway. If I am like walking in the city, anywhere, I'm able to hear what I am supposed to be listening to. Anyway, these headphones, they do have 3 microphones here at the top. Each pair have 3 microphones, and with like calls and stuff, the microphones are doing their function, but it's not like really anything that blew my mind. I'm gonna do a quick test now just for you guys to hear. I'm gonna also compare them with the AirPods Pro and also with the iPhone. So I'm gonna connect them to my iPhone here. Connected, voice memo. Testing the Powerbeats Pro 2. Testing the Powerbeats Pro 2. Testing the EarPods Pro 2. Testing the EarPods Pro 2. Testing the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Testing the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I don't know how it sounds, but I would assume that the best one is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and then the AirPods Pro, and then the Powerbeats Pro 2. Let's see in the edit when I do the edits. I'm gonna insert a note if what is the ranking here. But I will also have you guys judge and let me know in the comments which one you guys think is better. The other thing people compare it to is the older Powerbeats Pro. To me personally, it just doesn't make sense. That product is like 6 years old, and this product is just like, if you compare them, the Powerbeats Pro 2 with the Powerbeats Pro 1, definitely the Powerbeats 2 gonna win. So there's no point of comparing them. Yes, those are cheaper, but I would not recommend getting those at all. So final thought, and if you should buy these headphones or not. I think there is 2 reasons that you would buy the Powerbeats Pro instead of the AirPods Pros. There's 2 reasons. I don't think there's any other reasons. First, if the AirPods Pro does not fit in your ears well and they tend to fall from your ears, this could be a good solution because it had the hook. Although I hear that you can find like a third-party hook that you can use for the AirPods Pro, so that's another option. Just saying. But also the Powerbeats could be an option. The other thing, if you have an Android device and you really want something that is high quality and reliable, this could be a good option as well. But you're definitely sacrificing the sound quality and also the noise cancellation, and also of course you have to deal with this huge case. But for everyone else, the AirPods Pro, the AirPods Pro 2 are the one to go. And I'm definitely keeping the AirPods Pro. I'm saying goodbye to the Powerbeats. Rest in peace, the Powerbeats. That's the end of the video. If you like this video, subscribe. Our goal for 2025 is to hit 1,000 subscribers. So let's get it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.